Hi, Daniel Lindenberger here. I'm sharing our retrospective from week 2. This will be something that we start to do each week. Right now, this was just a solo piece from me, but as we get more people involved, this will be a collaborative process that we do each week to figure out what are we going to be focusing on for the next week. So this is based on AJ and Smart's Lightning Decision Jam as a process. So we start with a sailboat retrospective. So we look first at what's moving us towards solid project launch and what's holding us back from it. We've got 12 folks who are invited and interested, amazing people. We'll see how people all dive in. We have 3 project seeds, and I'll talk about those in a different video. We have our Notion system set up, which is sort of our back end, where we'll be keeping track of our community, our projects, our tasks, our meetings, all of that sort of thing. We have first funding inbound, so we actually have our money for us as a team, as a community to work with. We have a mastermind group that is helping us out as we figure out how we want to be doing everything, and that's thanks to HTC Partech, who are also providing initial funding. We have our week 2 goals set, and we have a project intern that'll be starting this upcoming week, who's going to be working with us every week, especially on web design, so that's fantastic. Things that have been holding us back a little bit. This first couple of weeks have been solo, essentially, in terms of getting the work done. So I'm still figuring out how do we bring people on board in a way that gets them engaged, where everyone understands what it is that we're shooting for, and together we come up with how we want to do that. We need onboarding materials, because I know that right now it's a little bit hard for people to know how to get engaged. There needs to be more outreach so that people know that we exist and know what we are. We need to identify a core team, and those will be some people who have more time and energy, share the vision of what we're doing, and want to contribute to shaping everything about what we're up to. We need to update the website because it's a little bit out of date, and we need a bit of a schedule and a routine. So that's our sailboat piece. We then look there and we would do a dot vote. So I just did it, but if there was multiple of us, we would each be doing our dots. And the 3 I put on as most key is we need that onboarding, outreach, and schedule in order to figure out how we go from here. So we take each of those 3 and we do a how might we exercise. So for the top of each of these exercises are those 3 cards that were selected. And so we look at, for needing onboarding, how might we help people find a starting place? How might we build a welcoming, encouraging culture of support? How might we orient people to our process? Around our schedule and routine, how might we create a project pulse? How might we coordinate varied schedules and availability that everybody has? How might we define our rituals and regular processes? And for outreach, how might we engage a wide cross-section of Langley citizens? How might we create an easy gradient of participation? And how might we share with the world what we're doing, how, and why? So again, each of those would have been brainstormed by us as a collective group once there's more of us going at it. Next, we take a couple of those, and we're going to try to look for specific solutions that could be done for them. So for how might we help people find a starting place, having a roster of potential projects, finding out some information about the other participants and being able to share that with each other, a list of starting places and some online workshops to get people started. For creating a project pulse, having our Friday retrospectives. Right now I'm doing this for Monday morning, but we're going to shoot for having these as a part of our Friday morning. Having Tuesday stand-ups where we can talk about what is it that we're working on each for the different project pieces, especially where are we blocked and where could we use some support or some help. Having the Saturday calls, which are a community call, just a chance for us to get to know each other a little bit better. And having project days, maybe 2 a month, where it's us out in the world doing key projects that we want to do, doing sort of bite-sized pieces out in the world. For creating an easy gradient of participation, having people identify what they want to get out of things and starting with bite-sized projects. We have a badge system, so putting that badge system into a skill tree to help people see what are the different paths that they might want to take in terms of increased participation, and defining different participation streams to make it easier for people to find a way to participate that's concrete and matches their availability and interest. Having a couple of tiny get started projects that are easy, fun, and effective. How might we coordinate varied schedules and availability, using when to meet to figure out a time, making some small or solo team work easy and self-guided, having a regular work schedule so it's easy for people to sort of sync up to that and take time for it. And on intake forms, making sure that we get information about availability, both the amount and when the availability is. How might we build a welcoming, encouraging culture of support, starting with one-on-one connection, having some videos of members so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. Character sheets to convey who we are, and that's something that's going to be coming soon. It's based off of one of the sheets from one of the other videos, and a regular social gathering of some sort. So again, we would dot vote on those. Instead, I've just brought all of them over to here. And our next step is to figure out if left is low effort and right is high effort for doing the thing, bottom is low impact and right and top is high impact. I've just done a rough sort of the cards from the previous exercise. And again, this would typically be done by all of us together. And then what we do is we see what are the things that look to the highest impact and lowest effort things. Some of them I've put as subcategories. So start with bite-sized projects. It's kind of the same as having a couple of tiny get started projects that are easy, fun, and effective. So then we take our ones that are our highest impact, lowest effort, and we come up with our action plan of what is that we want to do. So if we're having a couple of tiny get started projects that are easy, fun, and effective, we need to define and create those small projects, have the core group try them out, and then post templates so other people can do them and post our results. Then for start with one-on-one connection, I'm going to be talking with the first members, seeing who's interested in having a one-on-one conversation. That might be a stroll, it might be a Zoom, it might be a coffee. Seeing which people might be willing to also have us record those so that we can post some videos so that people understand what these one-on-ones look like so that they aren't sort of a black box and maybe intimidating. And then for Tuesday stand-ups, I need to create a format, invite people into that, and then post a sample so that, again, people have a sense of what it is that we're doing in those stand-up meetings. So again, this is sort of what the weekly retrospective looks like. It'll probably take, maybe 45 minutes to an hour for us to go through the whole process together. But it could be quicker, we'll see. Thank you for checking this out, and I'll be posting these and sharing the Miro boards weekly so that as the project evolves, we can see what's our process been. Thanks very much.